well, we're back in the shop and I've been cleaning some. I mean, you can tell a little bit, but today's gonna be a little bit different of video. We are going to actually go get the old chassis for Gilligan and pull the engine transmission off because it's starting to rain a lot and stuff and I want to get that off. We got the Duke frame moved inside. We got the HEMI sitting on there. We're going to get that torn down so I can get it painted, powder coated. You know, all the good little things. I got to take this suspension apart for the frame, obviously. But I'm not saying I'm a PI. The PI? What? I guess. Personal investigator? Yeah. I don't know. But let's just say I'm not an investigator, but I put in some effort. I did some things. And I found some things. As y'all know, Holaris was running really bad. So after doing some digging, look at this. I found this. It was ripped. So, check this out. Now that I found this, like I said, I've been busy. I've been cleaning, doing some things, so I kind of tinkered with this some. Oh, I got some new jewelry up in the front. New radiator, so we got coolant in this thing now. But watch this. Remember how hard this thing was to start? I haven't started this thing yet, but look. She runs like a champ. She runs perfect. Just like she should. The only thing is, check engine light. Speedometer is not working. So I think it has a messed up wire or something between there. But I have driven it around. This grabs the tire. So, being that this side is already self-clearance, we're just gonna take a grinder and cut that off real fast and then deal with the rest later. Because I still haven't got the axles for this thing actually, but we're gonna use this to go grab the chassis, drag it over here, pull the engine off, pull that engine off the stand and put the 292 on that. And you know, just a little bit different style of video than I normally do. But first things first, we're gonna cut this. Matamo! I think I'm gonna cut there so I don't cut too much off, you know? I never would have expected to find rust behind that piece. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Now we got clearance there. We get a tow strap. We'll hop in this thing, go over there and get that thing. A backup camera. Oh, I need a strap. I don't know how well this is gonna work out, how bad. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I don't even think this thing steers. I cleaned a spot on the windshield. Looks great. Alright. Let's see if this thing moves. It's spinning this one tire. It's not turning. It's working. No, it's not. Get in. Where are you going? Where are you going? Quit it. No, this way. thing was acting like it had a mind of its own. Kinda did, really, think about it. Like I was saying, this is actually the chassis and engine stuff, the factory chassis and engine, everything from that. But I didn't use the engine, but it's a good engine. And as y'all know, winter's coming, rain's coming. I don't want this sitting out there any longer where I can't get to it. Not saying I'm gonna build anything out of it tomorrow, but I would like to have it in the shop instead of sitting on the chassis on the side of the shop. Because as you can see, it's 100% complete engine, complete everything. AC, everything, it's all here. So, I want to get this in the shop. Yeah. Well, that ain't good. It used to spin. What the heck just happened? Forklift. I just had an idea. I need to do some measuring. I wonder if I can use this frame, obviously not wheelbase wise, this frame for the MG. Just move that axle forward, find a narrower axle, because this is way too wide. So, because I want to do a gasser. You know? You know what I'm saying? Everlasting gobstopper. Everlasting gobstopper there. Connected to the glass pack. Good old boy.
Finish him.
What? Yeah. It's like a reward. Like I was saying, I don't know how many of y'all know this, but I got an MG in there that's gonna be a dedicated burnout car. And I was gonna build a frame for it, and I think I can hack this thing up and make it kinda like a frame. Leaf springs are obviously too long, front end's too wide. I'm already gonna steal the rear end out of this thing, so I gotta narrow that. So I mean, why not just use all of it, right? Alright, let's put this back over there. So, we're back in the shop. I was trying to do some behind the scenes, get some stuff done, you know, that type of thing. Y'all saw me put the engine over there in the corner, everything. I decided to tear apart the HEMI for the Dodge. Back over there, and Pablo's working right here. But I decided to take some stuff off of this, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this taken apart. I'm gonna get the intake powder coated, ceramic coat the headers, or Cerakote, ceramic coat, same thing. I got the paint for the engine over there. I was gonna get the engine all painted up, pull the time cover, powder coat that, do what I can. But then we ran into a problem. One, I dropped the oil pan, and look at this. This was in the oil pan. Is that really, really concerning? Not 100%, but it's pretty gross. I can live with cleaning that, make it work. So I'm more likely gonna get a high volume oil pump for this thing. This was a running HEMI when I got it, but I did pull it out of a shed and the whole thing. But my main concern is I rolled the engine over. As you can see, oil leaked out between the cylinder head. That's not supposed to do that. So I gotta figure that out. So yeah, I'm gonna pull the heads off both sides, look at the cylinders, because I can see the bores from underneath. They look pretty good. They really didn't look that bad. But it gives me a good chance to really clean the heads, pull everything. I can pull the caps off the end of these rocker assemblies, and I can clean all the way through, get everything cleaned up real good, and go from there. Let's pull ahead and see how bad it is. I'll be totally honest. I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to the internet.
Oh.
If I didn't have so much money tied up in this engine and adapters, and I already made motor mounts, and I got a clutch for it, I got EFI for it, I got a distributor for it, I mean, I got everything for this. So if it wasn't for that, this thing might be getting a late model HEMI. But as of right now, it's sticking with the old HEMI. Good. It's just dirty, man. How bad do you think it is? This head seems really heavy. Oh. Yeah, it's heavy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh my God! Ow! Bad, to be honest. I mean, a lot of that stuff just fell in whenever I did that.
Yeah.
Passage up to the head. So, yeah, it was leaking out right here. Yeah, it was leaking here. So the head gasket was leaking all right there. That explains why all this stuff is down the side of it too. That makes me feel a little better. I was
Not as bad as you think.
Yeah. If you ever think to yourself like, man, I want Chase to build me an engine. No, you don't. You really don't. What the? Well, we're back in the shop and I got the HEMI the rest of the way torn apart. I got it laid out on this table. Everything seems okay-ish. I mean, it is what it is, but I gotta get a new timing chain for it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these valves out. I'm gonna relap the valves. I have the little, what is it, the seal cup or whatever for the valve stem. Replace those, clean the rocker arm assembly, everything, timing cover. I'm pretty sure this still has like the original old oil in it where it's very, I don't know, nasty. I got a new distributor for it. I got all kinds of stuff for it, but we're gonna stop on this for now because obviously I had to order parts and it's really not at the top of the list. So I did get parts in for the Holaris, so we're gonna work on that. We got, everybody's like, oh, it's only 2-wheel drive. Really, it's been like one in the back, one in the front wheel drive, whatever you might want to call that. But I got axles. Are they the right axles? I don't know. I got 4 of them. We're gonna put 2 of them in and have 2 spares, 1 front, 1 rear. So we'll be good there. So we're gonna get the axles put in it. It has a wire or something wrong for the speed sensor. So it's kind of, the power steering's not working because of it and a few other little things. We need to fix the exhaust, but the main thing is put the axles in it and we're gonna get the body actually bolted so I can start figuring out what I'm gonna do for a roll cage. So first things first, throw some axles in it. the front, we got a little bit of stuff torn down, and I discovered that bracket's bent, you know, so that was lovely. That was like that, so that was actually bent, you know. I never would have expected that on something that was wrecked. Unbelievable. And then my rotor is bent right there. Got a little thing. So we're gonna do the right thing, ignore most of this, get a hammer, and we're gonna hit this back straight, get a hammer and hit this back straight, get this broken bolt out. Look, you can see where it had the emergency brake applied, you know. Yeah, so we're gonna try to pull this plate off and straighten it back out and put it back on and pretend like it never happened. So we got this bracket off, and so we're gonna gently finesse it back straight with a hammer. Looks really bad. One might ask, do you know what you're doing? And I would simply reply, no, I don't. Look at that, looks like crap. You gotta account for spring back, you know what I'm saying? Spring back, so you gotta go a little further and then let it spring back. That looks bent still. Ow, that was dumb. I feel like it does. There's still some broken bolts in it, but you know, we'll pretend they weren't there. I'll get those out. Victory is ours. All right, let's see if I can finesse this back straight. Looks perfect. Looks good as new. Okay, I got the body off of it, and I went ahead and I came in here and I did some trimming, you know, cleaned it up a little bit. You know, it's rusty, we know that. We know it's rusty, it's fine, it's fine. And over here, I was like, well, I need to get some of this interior stuff in. Well, I got this in, I had to do some trimming down here, you know, it's still a little dirty. Got this on there, self-tappers, fine. One thing I keep forgetting to do, to put the belt cover on this thing. So I need to go ahead and get the belt cover put on this, and we can continue on with other things. Oh man. I didn't get that on there. Uh-oh. One. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna weld it right here, or like that, to this lip. Weld it here, weld it on the bottom, weld it everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Do that on both sides, and so when I set that down, I'll pre-drill the holes. I'll drill 4 of them, set it down, mark the holes, drill them in that 2x4 channel that runs down, rectangle tubing, channel, whatever. Do that all the way down, and then I can mark the holes, drill them, and tap it, because it's pretty thick. I can tap it, and that's how I can mount the side of the body, and then I'll make brackets from the front out and then the back out, and then we'll build the deck and build the dash and build the roll cage, and then we'll go get ice cream in it. Y'all wanna go get ice cream in this thing? We'll go get ice cream in this thing. We'll do that. We'll all go get ice cream together. So, what I think I'm gonna do here is, I got these pieces cut. I'm gonna lay them down just like this. I'm gonna set the body on top of them, and I'm gonna weld it from the outside, stitch weld it, kind of like how I had it tacked on here before. Do that, tack it, mark the holes, like I said, lift it up, drill the holes, tap this metal, and then be bolted in 4 spots. I think that'll be the easiest way to get everything down and get it where I want it. All right, let's put the body on this thing for the 100th time. I booger welded the whole flat bar all the way across underneath. Seal welded it. Now I'll come in here, mark these holes, these 4 holes, pull the body back off, drill and tap, you know, the whole spill I just said. So now we're gonna mark these holes, pull the body, drill it. We got all the holes drilled. So now that all the holes are threaded, they're drilled, we can set this back down and make sure everything lines up. Look at them welds. Look how crappy they are. Okay, let's see how good we did. Already off to a bad start, not lining up. Okay, the body moved. Okay, all right, yeah. Whoop. Not good. What is that even? What is going on? Something's wrong. Is this holding this thing? It's not even the right size. What is this? Not that. It's not. So the body's mounted. Door's a little hard to open. I used some M8 bolts, symmetric bolts. I'm gonna change them out to some 5/16 bolts because 5/16 gray, you know, it holds the body. But look how well that's gonna be. So I'm gonna connect this to that there, and that will be blocked off, and then I can build some filler panels and stuff for this. So what I decided I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna come up with the rubber hose, and I'm just gonna do a fill spout right there. I was gonna cut the original one out that side. I decided I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna do like a universal one right here, call it a day. Since I narrowed it, it made this kind of fit weird, but it's okay. Not that big of a deal, not that big of a deal. I still need to weld some brackets here, but next is going to be the dash. So all I'm gonna do really, I'm gonna build aluminum dash. Is gonna come up, I'm gonna break it over, go up to there, and probably break down the back so I can bolt it here or maybe the front. Haven't totally decided yet, but we're gonna try to match that, and I don't know, maybe I'll come up higher so it's more flat and then it goes that way, because I do have the metal brake. I can do kind of whatever we want. So that's gonna be the plan for that. And next is going to be making brackets from the front of this out. So I might weld in a little deal here, put a bolt there, go up, support the front so it doesn't wiggle. It's not too terrible, but it does wiggle. And in the back, more than likely, I'm going to take this back glass out. I'm gonna try to avoid taking these glasses out because I kind of want to leave these, but I will probably take this one out so I can have airflow through here. We'll put the back hatch panel back on here, so that'll be there. We're gonna build a pipe bumper for the back, but back here we're gonna build brackets from here up to there to support the back, because of the, you know, just to make it a little bit better. And once we get all that stuff where it needs to be, we will start building the roll cage doing all those things. But for now, for this video, we're gonna call it. That's where we are on the Holaris. We got the HEMI torn apart. We got that engine moved inside. Like I said, this video is a little different. Not a whole lot got done, but I've had a whole lot of things going on, so I'm just trying to get some things accomplished. So that's where we're at. Oh, and it's 4-wheel drive now. It's 4-wheel drive. We need to figure out the speed sensor thing and all that stuff, wire up the headlights, everything. We still got a ton to do on this thing, but it is that much closer. So, there you go. That's where we're at on Holaris. Looks pretty cool.